we go. Welcome everybody to another League of Legends live stream. Happy Friday. We're hoping to continue our streak of 2 games in a row to get to 3. Quite the streak. Yeah, it's the world record streak we're on here. This run is unprecedented, except when we did it before and it was longer. But
we started strong.
We started, yeah, and we're in the middle of a new unprecedented run. All right, well, I think we all got a case of Rishi's giggles today or something here. We're excited. My usual co-host Rishi Cup in the house. What's up, Rishi?
Hey guys, happy Friday. Happy to be here as always, and cup of love.
I love it. And J-Rise is in the house and in the game with me. We're queuing up. Are we queuing up? Oh, there we go. We are queuing up. All right. I'm trying to play jungle. J-Rise trying to play mid. We'll see what happens. Rishi has cup of love today. I love that.
Yeah, got a cup of love. Are you asking me how's my cup of love, or was that a statement or a question?
Just a statement.
Okay, yeah.
Just a statement. And what are you drinking? What are we having today?
Well, we've got our Dunkin' version of pumpkin spice latte today.
Is it good?
Yeah, I guess.
Ah.
Just like our losing streak a little bit. I've kind of had like some losing streaks with the coffee that I've been testing. So I don't know. We're gonna get back in the game now.
All right. I like that. I like that you consider yourself part of the team on how we play. Like if Jay and I lose, that you lose too. I'm feeling the love. And Jay educated me on the pumpkin spice latte. Apparently, it's a Starbucks invention, and so the first one he brought me was from Tim Hortons, which is kind of like a Dunkin' Donuts, like price point wise, experience wise, kind of like a Dunkin' Donuts. But then he brought me the Starbucks one, and you could see the difference. So I like both.
You could tell, right?
You could tell the difference. But I'm also not the coffee, like, you know. I wouldn't want to bring Rishi the wrong cup of coffee, let me say that.
Well, you know already what to get me, because you and your mom and I like the same brand a lot. So
nice.
You can always associate that brand with me if you ever have doubt.
Good. I'm all right. I like it. Well, I'm drinking my new nettle tea that J-Rise brought along in my Believe mug, my honey nettle tea, so we're back.
Love it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing this quote of the day thing.
I gotta get together nettle tea.
Did the other nettle tea have a quote of the day? I don't think so. It did?
That's where it all started.
Oh, is that where it started? Okay, that's where it started. Okay. Yes, this is a new brand of nettle tea that doesn't have the quote on it. Quoteless nettle tea. Maybe that's the quote. It's just there is no quote. Silence. So just a moment of silence for the nettle tea. Okay. Good. Well.
Evan, ever since you made that comment about the pumpkin spice latte, I have a whole new. I'm looking at the picture of the founder behind your shoulder, and I'm thinking, is he disapproving?
If he disapproves about my comment?
No, it's just like I see him looking over your shoulder, right? Isn't that the founder of the Starbucks right there? Right?
Yeah,
Howard
right? Schultz. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, be careful what you say about Starbucks pumpkin spice latte.
What? I gave it lots of love, the Starbucks pumpkin spice. It was the best, and it was the original.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, it's just funny. I'm just looking at the picture as we're talking, so I'm like, be careful what you say. He's watching.
You know, their head office in Canada is right across the street from Toronto Dance Salsa.
Really?
Yeah. So sometimes their staff will wear like bow ties and dress up a little bit because it's their head office. So their head office is on the whatever, like it's an office tower, and they're in the top floor or whatever, somewhere in that building. And on the ground floor is an actual Starbucks location, so you can go and have coffee there. So
cool.
I'll often go, you know, when I'm at TDS, I have, you know, I'll walk across the street, get a Starbucks, and then, you know, maybe Howard's here, say hi, strike up a conversation.
Awesome.
If he was going to be anywhere in Canada, you know, if he's stopping here, that's where he's going to be. So
Yeah.
get him on the channel, bring him back here. Howie, let's do a gratitude live stream.
Awesome.
All right. Well, there's been tons of banter. Why don't we get into some questions?
All right. Let's do it.
What do we got?
Do it. Okay. First question is coming from Shiku. Shiku says, of the people I know, I'm thinking you're the one who might understand my dilemma. I'm in a situation. I have been offered a consultant opportunity partnering with a very large organization. I will be involved in capacity building for the community. I woke up one day with an idea in my head and called this organization. I thought about it for 4 months. They agreed to see me, and I've had 2 meetings with them already. My worry is I don't know what I'm doing. The partners seemed interested in what I had to share and have asked if I could tell them about my entity, but I'm not an organization. I'm just an individual slugging it alone with an idea inside my head. I've had 2 weeks to do a short presentation before the board. I have 2 weeks before. If this idea works, I'll be in a position to change lives of hundreds of people and their families. He's been reading your blog for 2 years, your newsletter, and then he basically says, back to the dilemma, I feel like a fraud. What do I do? When I requested the meeting, I didn't think anyone would take me seriously. They did, and now I'm running for the hills. I've never been this intimidated by my potential. All right. Wow, this is really cool. There's a lot of things about this that I think are very teachable. Number one, just like the power of betting on yourself. It sounds like he had enough confidence to take the first step, and looks like, I don't know the outcome of this situation, but sounds like some doors started opening. And I did a video once on my channel just about, like, what doors are you afraid to walk through? You know, what open doors are you afraid to walk through? Because
what open
I think
doors?
any of us, when
That's a big difference. I like that.
Yeah, because we're so afraid of failure, but then, I mean, we all know what it is to feel afraid of actually succeeding, and like he says, being intimidated by his potential. And so there's a whole fear, at least I've experienced, around walking through when the doors do open and, like, navigating that side of the equation. I'd love to hear your wisdom on that, Evan, because I know you have walked through many open doors that, anyway, I'm just curious. But for me, it is really, I just want to say to you, whatever happens, this is, if you do want to get to the point of reaching your potential, the only real way to do it is to do it afraid. Because, you know, every person who's ever actually gone for it, whatever it is, they had to go through this process. It's so hard, but you have to do it. And the other alternative is what? Staying in your room, like turning the lights out, closing the door, and like being afraid and not doing anything. And you will never be, you'll never be satisfied with that. So anyway, just a little bit of encouragement that this is normal for anyone who is actually taking action toward what their potential is. As far as the actual execution, though, Evan, I'm going to pass that on to you, or whatever other wisdom you want to share.
Stop self-sabotaging.
Mm.
You've already done the hard work. You've already done the steps that nobody else wants to do, that most people are afraid to do. You've done the hardest part of this whole equation. You had this crazy idea. this vision that came to you in a dream or in a shower or wherever you were. I'm gonna go out and reach out to this company. Like, how many people have those ideas? Tons. But then you actually did, right? Like, that's where most people stop. Right there, right? Like, oh, they won't want to hear from me, or, you know, I don't have enough, or... But you did it. And they met you. And they liked you. And they asked you to come back. This is the second meeting or the third meeting now?
It looks like they've just been corresponding, and now he's being brought into like a boardroom and probably selling his idea now with more, you know, at the actual office or board, whatever.
Great. You're in the door. Just let your awesomeness shine through. That energy that you have to channel it back. That initial vision that you had when you were... Oh, what are we doing here? Okay. That initial vision that you had, why you thought it was such a great idea, now's the time that you go out and do it. You have the chance. It's right here. You've already done the hard work. They like you, right? You've got on their radar, and they want to hear your message. You've done the hard work. Now it's just believing in the message. And yes, you're doing something that's uncomfortable that you're not used to. It's easier, maybe, from a mindset point of view, to send an email instead of do a pitch in front of a group of people. Somebody's saying ban Timo? Who's saying ban Timo? No way. You know, I'm upset here because League of Legends decided to make this new Timo skin. Skin is like you can dress up your character in a different costume, basically, right? And that's how they make money. League of Legends is a free game, but then you could dress up your character, and he has special effects and says different things, and that's how you have to pay for that. So they came out with this new Timo, Devil Timo or something, and now everybody wants to play Timo or ban Timo. Like, leave Timo alone. Don't touch Timo. Let's do something else, guys. Let's fix up any of the other 200-something champions, and let's just let Timo be Timo. Anyway, we'll see what happens. If not, I'll go back to Eve. Sorry, I got on a rant because one of my teammates here said ban Timo. Please. At least he said please, but... yeah, so yes, going into a boardroom might be a little more uncomfortable than sending an email. But in terms of the work that's been done, this is the hardest part. You've already done the hardest part. Oh, Raj just got banned out. All right, Jay's gonna have to go.
Oh man.
Jay's gonna have to go mid. Let's hope I get my Timo. Come on, Timo. Come on through for me. Hey, last time we did Victor Timo, we got a good victory there. Yes, so the mental part is a little bit harder. But the actual actions are way easier. They like you. They want to hear from you. They're curious to learn about what you have to say. And just remember that. And some of the things that helped me when going on stage or doing a new pitch or talking to a company that might be beyond what I've ever done before. One is knowing that my intent is positive. So knowing, like, I'm here to help them. Like, I'm here because I'm not just trying to sell them on something. I'm here because whatever this idea is that I have, whatever the presentation I'm going to give, my intention is to help this company. I'm bringing value, right? And just knowing that this isn't a scam. You may feel like a fraud, that you don't have all the answers yet, but you're still coming with more than what they know about whatever this topic is that you're going to be presenting them. And so knowing that your intent is positive, at least for me, helps. The second thing is knowing that I have value, knowing that there is value in the message. Otherwise, they wouldn't have invited you to come. Right? Like, what you have to say is important. You may not have all the answers. You may not be the best in the world yet at that, but you have some answers, and they're curious. And so, don't deflate your value. Don't go in. You don't have to go in with being, super cocky and arrogant, but also don't go in, feeling like, oh, I'm so lucky to be here, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm this big fraud. You have value. Are those that wouldn't have invited you in?
Yeah.
And then 3, to reach this point, I'd be thinking about regret. Like, this could be your chance. You don't want to be 90 and looking back on your life and saying, I didn't take my shot. I backed out. I didn't prepare hard enough. I wasn't confident enough. I missed my shot. That's a killer. Regret is a killer. So those things help me, because I'll get something where like, I want to back out from that. Like I'm not ready for that. And you'll come with some kind of smart excuse. At least you have the self-awareness to know that you're self-sabotaging, that you're not blaming something else. Like, oh, I have a travel schedule, or I have to be here for that, or I don't want to go because there's nobody to feed my cat or something, right? You could find a solution for it. You've at least identified that you are, self-sabotaging yourself here. So that's a great step in self-awareness. So good luck. Those 3 things I think would be super helpful. It helped me, at least. Helped me through a lot of the big deals that I've had to go through that I didn't think I was capable of. And I don't know if I felt like a fraud, but I definitely had limiting beliefs as to whether I could do it or not.
And Evan, for those who don't have, like he's saying, I had this idea, but the intimidation around the not actually being like himself a corporation or whatever things he feels he needs to be, not a fraud. For those who don't have that other part of the equation, kind of the practical, maybe even experience, like how would you advise them to go into this on a practical level? Do you just kind of be you, or do you try to I don't know, I guess there's there's like more technical stuff around having to go before people and presenting and having the right materials or blah, blah, blah. For someone who'd be worried about that, what would you tell them?
Someone on the other team is upset that I stole Timo, and he's swearing at me in the chat that I stole Timo. Why are you so popular? I'm not happy about this, guys. Let Timo be under the radar so I can play him always. I think, I think the biggest issue is just mindset. Like, yes, you need to go and know your stuff, right? You need to know what you're going to say, and you can practice, and you can, prepare your pitch, prepare your slides, and you could do it in front of your friends or your family or your cat or your plant, just to get the experience. And, before I go off and do, it helps. Like, if you're going to do a presentation, I said that kind of jokingly, but it helps to pretend like, that plant is the person that you're going to be talking to. Before I go on stage, I'll always have, I'll practice what I'm going to talk about. I'll usually pace kind of behind stage or in the hotel room to go through what I'm going to go through. Having rituals help. I'll almost always have a Frappuccino with me. And so like that rehearsal and preparation and Frappuccino with the habits helps me realize, I've done this before. Here we go. We're doing it again. Even though this might be the biggest stage that I've done it on. So those things can help, but it's the mindset that's going to be the biggest. Oh, we just lost our player. Where did he go? We lost Jinx. Very sad. We're 4 against 5. This seems to be happening to us, Jay. What's happening here? Where we lose players. Anyway, you picked Swain? Did you pick Swain? Oh, okay. We got sidetracked. I thought he was going Victor. The mindset's the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you could be so well prepared, you already are prepared enough. You already have enough that they want to meet you, right? You already know what you're doing. You could prepare a little bit better, but it's not the last, half an hour preparation that's going to really make the difference. It's all the work that you've already put in. It's you being who you are. That's what they're attracted to. That's what they want to learn from. So you've already done most of the hard work in preparation. So those things can help, but the mindset is the biggest one. The mindset's the most important thing. That if you don't have that right, if you go in feeling like you're a fraud, then it doesn't matter how well prepared you are. It's not going to shine through. And you don't need to be a company. You don't need to be a giant corporation. They know you're not a giant corporation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know you are not a big company.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go in and say, "Hey, I'm Microsoft. I want to talk to you"? No. They know, and they still want to meet you. And so they don't care, right? What they care about is the knowledge that's in your head. And if you don't let that come out, then you've failed them and you failed yourself. So, that's my take. Those three things are what helped me address the mindset. And until I had the right mindset, then it didn't matter about all the other stuff. And I think that to a greater audience, that's almost everybody's story too. Like, what are the open door idea? What else are you not doing? Because are you going to go back, Jay?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to base.
Okay.
Can you cover this?
Yeah. What else? What other opportunities are you letting pass by because of limiting self-belief? Because you feel you're not good enough. Because you feel like you're a fraud. Okay. Until you fix that feeling, then you're never gonna get there. You're never gonna get those big opportunities. So.
And I think part of the fixing that feeling is walking through the door, and then you experience that you did it and you actually could do it, and then the confidence comes. I think it's like the fear. Sometimes you've got to do it afraid, or sometimes you've got to do it even feeling like a fraud, but you'll gain confidence in the doing and seeing that you actually are capable. Sometimes it doesn't come one before the other.
Yeah, the more you practice, the more confidence you'll have. The more you do, small steps, it gives you the courage to go and do bigger steps. Just do it. The Art Williams is a great video we put up. Art Williams on the channel. Just do it. The point though is, like, you already have been practicing. You already know. That's why you're getting in the door. That's why they want to meet you. So yes, you can practice more. You can get more knowledgeable. You can get better, 100%. But you already have enough right now.
I love that, Evan. That's a good message.
Right?
I'm totally serious, yes.
That's why they want to meet him. You already have enough right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're still playing 4 against 5. This is going to be a rough game if this person doesn't come back. I had another game recently where same thing happened. It was ADC and Thresh was playing solo, and our player, it was Lucian, his Wi-Fi dropped out, and then like 20 minutes later comes back, he's like, "Sorry guys, my Wi-Fi dropped out." While we were, dying because we were 4 against 5, he's like, "I'm tethering from my phone right now to try to make it work." I go, "Oh man." Okay, well, we're gonna do our best. I like it. What's the next question? What do we got? Let's do it. Help some entrepreneurs.
Let's do it. All right, next question. Oh, this is a 14-year-old.
I love it. All
Dear
these young
Evan.
entrepreneurs.
I know. Elijah is his name. Dear Evan, first I'd like to thank you for your amazing YouTube videos. They're very helpful. Just like you, I love entrepreneurship. My dream is to create an amazing airline that flies around the world. I love travel. My passion is for air travel and airlines. I always love going to the airport and the excitement of airports. I'm sorry. Evan, this is a double. We did this one.
Okay, it sounded familiar, but okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, we've done this one. So
Go back to episode whatever.
yeah, yep. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fastest answer ever on the live stream. Woo! Okay.
Yes. Okay, next question coming from Larry the Butcher.
Larry the Butcher.
Wait,
is that his actual branding, or you just came up with that?
No, that's for real. That's
his real
profile
branding.
name.
I like that. Okay, Larry the Butcher. Let's give Larry some love.
Yes, he says, I just watched your 7 things not to do when starting a business. I want to open a butcher shop. I can't not spend money before opening. With the regulations, I can't part-time in my garage. I'd love to, though. Okay. This is an interesting question, Evan, because if you follow Evan's channel enough, you know he always says that he hates to spend money before he's proven that he can make money, which I personally also, I love that message. I think it's great. I think there are others out there who have said, I heard Barbara from Shark Tank say that I don't remember exactly the details, but she liked the pressure of, I think she had a loan in her first business. And so for her, that pressure of knowing she was going to have to get out of that situation of debt was part of what drove her and motivated her. So obviously there's 2 sides to that equation, but I lean on, I like the idea of not getting into debt for your business. But are there cases, Evan, when it just is not possible to, have some kind of investment before starting? I think that's something that would be interesting to learn.
Almost never, and definitely not in this case. It's either one, lack of resourcefulness, so you just have to think a little more creatively around it, or 2, a lack of willingness to do the small things. Well, another player is leaving the game, so that's it. We're gonna lose this one, looks like. So let me break both of those down. Lack of resourcefulness. He said he's a butcher, right? Fred the Butcher.
Yep. Was
it Fred?
It's Larry. I'm sorry, Larry the Butcher.
I thought Larry, Fred. Larry the Butcher. Okay. I think about butchers have been around forever, right? Like it's not some tech company you're starting. Butchers have been around forever. How did these guys start? You think they all got started with a ton of capital? Right? Like from what? Medieval times? Right? I don't know. How long have we had butchers for?
Since the caveman.
No, okay, but so there's a way, right? There's definitely a way. So maybe you don't start with a store. Maybe you start renting out space somewhere else. Maybe you make a joint venture with someone else who already has it going. I think of Bunners, which is a super successful shop here in... did we talk about Bunners? I think we might have.
Yes, isn't it gluten-free or vegan pastry or something?
Yeah, and they started out of church basements selling their stuff, right?
Well, that's what he's saying, though. I just read it because there was a little bit of some spelling, or not spelling, just the sentence was a little weird. He says, I can't, with regulations for like an official butcher, you cannot open in a garage part-time.
Yeah, got it. But so you find another way. So you're not going to start in church basements. I get it. But there's another way that you could do it. Partner up with one of the farms. Like, who's making these, you're buying your meat somewhere, right? Help them sell it. Start an online version. Like, regulations are not the end, it's not the be-all and end-all. Right? Like, they're just things that you have to work around.
Mm-hmm.
So why not partner up with one of those guys and help them sell it? Represent them. Do an online store. Something.
Yeah.
Right? There's always a way. There's always a way. So it's either a lack of creativity around it, or you just don't want to do it. You think like, oh, that's beneath you. That's not your vision. It's too small a step. It's not what you want to do. But then what's the alternative? The alternative is nothing. The alternative is to just complain. Blame regulations. Like, I can't do it because of regulations is the worst reason ever. I remember going to Brunei doing some speaking to entrepreneurs, and it takes them, at least when I was there, 6 months to get a business license. Just for any business, you want to start a company, because they're so bureaucratic, 6 months to get started, just to get a license to operate. Where we can go, to the government office and just, we're in business. We can do it online, right? And so here's this group of people who are so passionate about starting a business that they will wait 6 months and they're going to do it, and that's just part of the game, and they're happy doing it. And it's just that mindset that you need as an entrepreneur, that I'm going to find a way, that nobody's going to stop me, that it's not the government's fault that I'm not able to do this. It's just finding a way. So it's either the lack of resourcefulness, the lack of creativity again, or you're just not willing to do the smaller thing. And a lot of people will be like that. Like, no, I don't want to, I want to sell T-shirts, and I want to have it, I want to have my own store. I need a retail location. I don't want to start from home. I want a retail store. But you're not doing anything right now.
Right.
And so sitting there, this game is basically over here. Sitting there, in your home, just kind of complaining that you can't start your T-shirt business, is never going to get you anywhere. So if it's not you, find the most creative person you know and sit down and take them out to coffee and brainstorm 10 ways that you could start this business on a smaller scale.
Love that. Yeah.
And really find out if the difference is because you're just not willing to do it on a smaller scale, or you just don't have the idea of how to do it. There's always a way.
That's cool.
You may not like the way, but there's always a way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking right now, some people just go to the farmer's market and get some really nice cuts of meat from a guy who stands there with his little freezer of meat. And so you're right, there's lots of ways you could start your business right now.
And you don't have to, and maybe that's outside the regulations. Okay, you don't have to live outside the regulations. There's a way to do it legally. I don't know if that's legal or not.
Like dry meat.
No, it is.
But there is. There's a way.
A farmer. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a way. There's always a way. Like, just in general, as an entrepreneur, to embrace that mindset that there's always a way.
Yeah.
Is a good thing. And yes, there's going to be a lot of roadblocks, a lot of obstacles. 100%. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way.
So cool.
What do you think, Rishi?
I agree 100%, and I think that I know what it's like to feel like there is no way, but I also know that there always is a way. So it's true, and I think some of the most creative ideas come from you asking that question, sitting down and thinking, maybe with someone else, brainstorming 10 ideas. I mean, it's amazing what comes out of what are seemingly roadblocks.
I love it. Well, we lost the game. I ended with 2 kills, no deaths.
At times.
Team basically sat in the base. So we got to report some jinx for leaving the game. Well, a short day, but exciting. What message do you want to leave us on? How many questions did we get to? 2? It was a short.
Yeah, we got to 2, but I felt like they were both very much. I felt like there was a lot of value there. So, and I'm not sure there's anything I can add to that. I think what you said was really powerful. So I don't think I want to add to it.
I love it. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Oh, what the heck did I do? I did the wrong thing. Oops. I think I reported you, Jay, instead of the.
Well, that's unfortunate. It's okay. I can get a few reports. It probably won't matter.
I meant to do it on this guy. Okay. Anyway, you can't. Can we undo that? No, I don't think so. Well, guys, have a great Friday. Hope you guys stop holding yourself back, man. Stop being afraid of the open doors. Stop being afraid of the open doors. That's it. Continue to believe. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon.